Austrian Audio is the company known for making one of the better condenser microphones currently in the pro audio market, as well as the legendary HI-X15 studio mixing headphones. Well, they've just released a new set of headphones that targets a price range that more of us can handle. I'm talking about the HI-X15s. Let's talk about it. This is Nico Knows Tech.
Nico Knows Tech, all your tech tips and reviews on deck. Nico Knows Tech, #1 channel with the news on deck.
The HI-X15s are packaged nearly identically to their big brothers, the HI-X55s, with a matte black finish, full-size images on the front, contents on the side, and detailed specs on the back. The HI-X15s have 44mm High Excursion drivers, which we'll get into shortly. The frequency response is 12 Hz to 24 kHz. Sensitivity is 113 with an impedance of 25 ohms. Input power is 150 milliwatts, and they have a weight of 255 grams. That puts them significantly lighter than their big brothers. After undoing the Velcro strap, which has a velvet feel, we open up the first flap, which reveals a hand-signed quality certificate that tells me that a real person inspected the headphones before shipment. On the other side is a free warranty extension card, where if you register your headphones, you can extend the manufacturer's warranty with Austrian Audio. The next item is a cloth carrying bag with the iconic Austrian Audio logo. While I prefer to travel with a protective shell case for my headphones, it is nice they included this drawstring bag, which is something most pro audio brands will do at this price point. Much like the X55s, I discovered more goodies inside the bag. There's a quick start guide and also an Austrian Audio logo decal. The more and more I'm exposed to the logo, the more this A is growing on me. Also in the bag, another QA certificate and extended warranty card, but this one wasn't signed. The carrying bag reminded me of the bags you get with the Sony MDR7506s or the Audio Technicas. However, Austrian Audio went with a soft fabric material instead of pleather, which I think is a nice touch. As I removed the headphones from the case, I was being extra careful because I wasn't sure if they were fashion cans or if they were built like their tanky big brothers. The headphones themselves are wrapped in plastic. After removing the headphones from the plastic, I noticed the cans themselves were in protective molded plastic cups, likely to protect the ear pads from getting smashed. Lastly, we find a 1.4 meter long detachable 3.5mm cable, as well as a 1/4 inch adapter. Now, first impressions on the design of the HI-X15s, it reminds me of the HI-X55s, which we have over here. And if we compare them side by side, especially the back of the drivers, very similar. And however, this one does have a smaller backplate behind the driver. These both have the same 44mm High Excursion drivers. But will they sound the same? That's what we're going to find out. Some of the design elements that stick out to me is the leather wrapped headband on the top here with memory foam underneath. While it's not the same kind of plush, squishy memory foam that's on the HI-X55s, those are $350 headphones. At $119, this is still pretty good for this price point. And here we have plastic. The adjustment band here is made of metal, just on both sides here. The hinges here are metal as well, and this back plate is all metal. And then we have a little cord coming in from there into the driver. On the bottom of the left driver, we have our port for 3.5mm to plug in our cable. And it plugs in, you turn it clockwise, and it locks. And on the other end, we have gold-plated tip, 3.5mm, and we can attach our 1/4 inch adapter to plug it into a bigger stereo system. The ear cups themselves are made of a protein leather, and they are deep and they are big. I can get 2 knuckles in. And this part of the driver here is padded, which I think is part of the sound treatment, not just padding, because my ears actually don't touch the driver since these are deep ear cups. And the memory foam is a slow retention, which is a nice plush, luxurious feel to them. And you get a really good seal on these. Pretty much an airtight experience. So some people might be disoriented when they put the cups on because they make a perfect seal, which is good for bass and good for getting a good soundstage experience. Some people don't like that, and they might feel that they're kind of in an echo chamber. But in my opinion, a good seal is really important for closed back performance. As I put on the headphones, the adjustment was simple, and the band has a nice click to it. With the memory foam padding on the headband, I had no hot spots whatsoever, even after lengthy listening sessions. The deep ear cups were also very comfortable for long sessions. I particularly like their professional yet stylish look while wearing them. I could transition from the studio to listening on my iPod on the go without switching to another set of headphones. That is also because the HI-X15s are so much lighter than the HI-X15s, as well as other professional cans in this price range. The most important part is how do they sound. Without comparing them to their X55 brothers, I would say the timbre is overall bright. They have a lot of clarity throughout the high mids and highs, and on the low end, the bass I would call as punchy and active without being boomy. The soundstage overall I would call as good, especially for this price point. Similar headphones in this price would be the Sony 7506s, which have a small soundstage, so at the $120 price range, I would say that's very good. When I compare these to the HI-X55s, they are not in the same ballpark. Now when I say not in the same ballpark, I mean for professional studio work in any application, whether plugged into a video camera, operate a mix board, or broadcast. Now this is a Sony MDR7506s. These have been the gold standard for over 30 years, and you've probably seen these on podcasts, video studios, plugged into cameras, recording studios. These have been the gold standard, and they're boring. They get the job done, but they're tools. And that is where the HI-X55s fall under. These are workhorses for audio mixing, particularly vocals, but they can shine across the board. Thing is these have a wider soundstage, extreme clarity, and their EQ wave is mostly flat, which means it's not going to add much bass, it's not going to add anything, it's going to try to give you the most accurate sound of what is being produced by the audio source. Now, that's not to say the HI-X15s are bad. On the contrary, they are more fun. When I compared the HI-X15s with studio mixing headphones, I was a little bit disappointed by the lack of balance across the EQ wave. However, when I plugged them into my own DAC to listen to music, I was immediately overwhelmed with goosebumps while listening to tracks I had not listened to in years. The clarity, the liveliness across the board, that punchy bass, makes them a joy to listen to, especially electronica or tracks that are mixed in Dolby surround, like Deadmau5. Now, Austrian Audio designed the HI-X15s to have the same 44mm High Excursion driver that you have in the X55s, and while I think that's what attributes to its tight bass response, I can't agree with the statement from Austrian Audio that these are for professional studio use. Sure, the clarity's there, the frequency response and the sensitivity, they're all there. However, they are not balanced across the EQ wave, which means I would think that they are more for enjoyment listening, which is not to say that they're bad. In fact, I love these. I do still use my HI-X55s for professional use in the studio, but when I want to listen to music and have a good time and relax and just enjoy music the way I haven't enjoyed it in years, I use the X15s. They are a different set of headphones for a different user, but they are phenomenal. The build quality is on point. The comfort, the design, the looks. I would give Austrian Audio HI-X15s a thumbs up for that, but not for the saying that they are for professional audio. Congratulations on making it to the end of the video. I hope you found this review helpful. If you like it, please click like and consider subscribing. You can get this product at the link in description, and you can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll see you next time.